Mr. White, in terms of what a business valuation is, can you give us an overview of what that entails, specifically to what you guys do here at Jones & Company?
A business valuation is much like an appraisal of real estate, except that it's applied to a business. It is used in various contexts, either in buy-sell consulting, or in an estate gift tax or income tax situation, or even in litigation. The typical business valuation applies the same kinds of principles and techniques that are used in valuation of real property. But obviously there are significant differences in that the valuation applies not to the tangible assets, but to the ownership interest in the business and all the rights and privileges and values that it incurs or enables the holder to have access to.
In terms of the day-to-day, do you, with your clients, do you do a lot of phone, conversation, email, day-to-day, or is this the sort of setup where basically the foundation is in place and you would have more contact if there were a particular issue that arose, or maybe a particular problem that they needed an answer for? I guess what I'm really asking is this the sort of thing that someone would come to you with maybe once a year, twice a year, weekly, monthly?
Usually the valuation engagements that we are called upon to perform are, for the most part, one-time engagements. We may engage in multiple engagements for the same business entity. You might see that in an estate or gift scenario where, say, a business owner wants to transfer property to the next generation, and in accordance with existing gift tax laws, they have to have a valuation of that business. In other contexts, the litigation environment is almost always a one-time engagement. Most commonly, it's in the divorce area, where the property spouse may own an interest in a business, and the divorce is contested, and the non-property spouse may hire us to represent them, or the property spouse may hire us to represent them to value the business for purposes of determining the property allocation to each spouse in divorce. Other one-time engagements are buy-sell engagements, where we're approached by someone who wants to either buy an interest in a business or sell an interest in a business. Often we're approached to help someone come up with an exit plan. A person that has a business and is looking to either sell the business or transfer the business to the next generation. And our involvement in that is to get a working valuation of the business, so we know what in terms of a person selling a business, what the asking price should be, and in the terms of someone buying a business, the same kind of things. In terms of exit planning, obviously, looking in terms of equity to multiple heirs and compliance with the state and gift tax laws. I think that answers that question. Most of these are one-time engagements, but some are engagements that can extend over a number of years.
One more question, and this has to do with kind of what you were just referring to, knowledge about different tax laws and regulations and whatnot. And I know that tax laws kind of change sometimes from year to year. And I would assume that's one of the advantages that a person would have, or a firm would have, or individual, if they came to Jones and Company or an existing client. Could you talk a little bit about the expertise that you guys bring to the table on the valuation issue?
In the valuation arena, we have 3 individuals who are credentialed by the National Association of Certified Valuation Analysts. That's myself, Jeremy, and Kyle. The CVA designation, or Certified Valuation Analyst designation, is conferred upon someone who takes the proper continuing education courses and passes a fairly difficult exam. In addition to those credentials, I also have a credential conferred by the American Institute of CPAs, which is the Accredited Business Valuation, or AVI designation. So, we have people in the firm that have the experience and credentials to do this. It's very important, especially in front of the Internal Revenue Service, when we are representing clients in front of the Internal Revenue Service, or if we are preparing written valuations to submit with estate tax returns or gift tax returns, because the IRS is beginning to look very carefully at the credentials of the folks preparing these reports to make sure that they are competent within the eyes of the Internal Revenue Service. Also, litigation environment, one of the most common challenges now is what's called a dollar challenge, which is named after a famous case, D-A-U-B-E-R, and a favorite tactic of opposing attorneys is to try to have a witness, an expert witness in this case, disqualified for having improper credentials or not enough expertise. So, in addition to knowledge of income tax laws and general accounting knowledges, we have quite a bit of expertise and are credentialed in the business valuation area.